my first client paid me almost $1,000
For
So it was like this Australian entrepreneur, right?
Okay.
And she was setting up a website.
Okay.
And she needed someone to like create
Web
like
copy.
content for the pages and all that. So of course, like I cooked it, but it didn't stop there, right? I didn't submit it like as a Google Docs. I submitted it as like a design, like so she could visualize
What you were going to do.
what the page would actually like look like.
Wow.
I started with like £1 per word, then wanted to cut my rate to like 0.5 naira per word.
Which is too free. So your first rate. Oh, okay. So you work. That means like let's say you wrote like a 1,000-word article, you pay 1K.
Yeah, they'll pay me 1K. And I think people these days like.
Today's episode is for those of you who want to get into content marketing. For those of you that always ask, how do I make money on Upwork? How do I make money writing for international agencies? How do I make money through content writing in general? This episode is for you. I have with me a very interesting guest here. And rather than introduce him, I'll let him do that for himself. Who are you? What do you do? And why should they care?
Hello, everyone. My name is Peter Abioye Ogundairo, preferably called Abioye, but if you're white, you can call me Peter. And I'm a content marketer, content writer. Being around like the whole space, content writing, email writing, all that. Done it for like over 7 years. And today I run TechWriteable, which is a platform for content writers and marketers as well.
Okay, all right. I want to touch on your background a little bit, but tell me about TechWriteable. Just if I say your 30-second elevator pitch, let's hear it.
Okay, sure. So, TechWriteable is a platform that helps content writers and marketers build professional portfolios, find jobs, and collaborate on projects with like companies. So it is that space where you come as a content professional to like brand yourself, to find jobs, and also to like work with companies.
Okay, so companies both national and international.
Yes, both national and international.
Okay, how much of the international are we talking about? What's like the ratio?
Mostly international.
Okay,
For now,
okay.
but
We're real patriots, so to say.
it's part of
life.
no, it's not even that, it's life. Content marketing as like a digital marketing tool is not like as pronounced in like Nigeria.
Okay.
But we have like a growing wave of like tech companies and brands.
They are
The
keen into it.
fintechs, they are coming into
particularly
it.
fintechs, yeah.
I know, and of course, as this grow, the space is also going to grow, and we also plan to like be leading.
Okay, so just tap into that while it's still
and
growing.
also help promote it as it grows.
Okay, love it. Take us through your background. What did you study in uni, and do you think it has influenced your career choice at this point?
I have a background in economics.
Okay, businessman, love it.
Yeah. But I like to think of myself as like a business person in like content marketing and a business person in tech.
Okay.
And a tech person in business and the other way around.
Okay.
Did you get? So, and as it helped, yeah, actually, and I think it has been one of the things that has made like a lot of difference for me, right? Because when most people think about like content, they look towards like the creative side of it, the writing, the designing, the making like cool videos and all, right?
Like this one.
Right. But there's also like a very important part of it, like being able to like use those things to like drive business outcomes.
Yeah, the
right?
bottom line.
Yeah, because that's kind of like the whole point of it is content marketing is like a blend of like creativity and a little bit of like science to like drive business outcomes. But people kind of like focus more on the creative side.
Like, yeah.
Right, yes. But so yeah, my background in economics has helped me like being able to like balance both sides.
So we have your educational background. Let's talk work background. When did you first get into this space, and how did you get into the space?
Oh, that's a story I like to tell.
Okay, let's have it.
So I think I got into content. I'm terrible with dates, by that 2017 or 2018.
Nice. What was I doing in my life that time? Go on.
Yeah, I remember my first set of articles. I first got to like write about like Nigerian celebrities. And there was a period like I was writing cancer articles and I could have sworn like I knew so much about cancer. Like
Yeah, yeah,
all the
yeah.
different types of like cancers.
Content marketing will do that to you.
So yeah, that was how I started. It was I think I got my first role after doing like a search on Twitter. I saw this job. I sent them an email. By the way, like I was reviewing that email like recently, and there were a lot of typos there.
You're like, why did these guys even hire me?
I know, right? So it shows how like the game has really evolved
Change,
and
yeah.
changed. But yeah, that's how I got into like content writing. Yeah, I started with writing.
Okay, so in terms of like the actual skill, would you say that when you started content writing, would you say you were at a decent enough point to actually get a job, which you did, or would you say that you had some prerequisite knowledge or things you did to build up yourself to the point where you could actually apply for a job?
My first job was I had zero experience in like
Okay,
writing.
interesting.
Yeah, I knew a couple of friends that were like doing it, and I can say maybe I published like 3 to 5 blog posts like before then because I knew these guys that were okay. Let me test mine like around
Okay.
writing. I know, but I'd say like what stood out for me like at that point was I had like good comprehension and I had like this form of like empathic writing. Like I wasn't like the best person with like grammar and all that,
Mhm.
but I could write stuff that you would want to read. Like I could write an opening that you'd look at and like okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
want
that
to see what this guy has to say.
yeah, so that made me like stand out. Like yeah.
Okay. How was the experience on the first job?
Ah, I remember that first 10K. I went to buy a mala.
That was what, 2018 or 2017? Around
Yeah,
that time.
yeah, around that
Okay.
time. I went to like buy a mala. It was like
I've made money from writing. Interesting.
yeah, like
I've paid myself.
yeah, I made money because before then I bounced like around. I tried to do like the typical stuff, so I needed money, right? So I tried to like
And that was 2017, 2018. 10K was actually still like a decent
yeah,
amount.
it
Yeah.
was good money now.
Yeah.
It was good money. I bounced around like the other stuff like people do today, like binary trading, doing this. I
You,
didn't try
you
to
lost
like
money there, Abi?
yeah, but I didn't try to like make money from like gambling.
Hmm.
Right? Do you know when you do stuff so much that you're just like, no, this thing is actually rigged against me? Like you've tried all the different variations to win, and you're like, no, this game is
No, it's
rigged.
not for me.
Let me just go and learn something and make money. So
Okay.
yeah, that was how I started.
Okay. So after that, where did you move to? After that first job?
Okay, after the first job, I think I did that for a while.
Mhm.
Then I can't remember exactly, but I know I was working with like some other guy, and then some other guy. There was always someone that was willing to like pay me to write, and I just kind of like found them one way or the other.
So you're just sort of like shadowing some people, maybe that had like jobs and like taking on workload for them
Yeah,
for a
like
while.
yeah.
How long did you do that for?
I did that for like about. So I mentioned I got started in
2017, 2018,
2017.
yeah.
Okay, I did that for about like 3 years.
Okay.
And now I think started like 1 naira. By the way, those guys I started with like 1 naira per word. Then they wanted to cut my rate to like 0.5 naira per word.
Wait, so it's so fit. So your first rate. Oh, okay. So you work. That means like when I say you wrote like a 1,000 word article, you pay you 1K.
Yeah, they'll pay me 1K.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
And I think people these days like I'll say I want to pay this and they'll be like, no, I'm like God,
Do you know where I started
do you
from?
know where I started with? So yeah, I think I was bouncing around. It was a cool experience because there was actually someone always willing to like pay me to write.
Yeah, I think around that period there was a really, really boom of like
Yeah,
gigs and stuff. Yeah,
like,
especially heading towards the pandemic, which is the next thing I want to talk about. From what I know about you, I know that you now branched out a bit individually during
yeah.
that period. So let me know how was it, right? And that was what, through Upwork, yeah?
Yeah, that was when I got into Upwork.
Okay, so that's when you left the whole shadowing other people to actually
Yeah,
doing your own thing.
yeah.
All right, great. So tell me about that.
Okay, so before that period, yeah, I tried to like break into Upwork.
Okay.
I've created like accounts in like the past,
Accounts, plural.
like accounts. Yeah, like Upwork. Like when you try to sign up
Yeah.
and it doesn't work, I think Upwork doesn't give you direct access. Like when I don't know if it has changed now, but when you sign up, they review your account.
Oh, interesting. It wasn't
Yeah.
like that when I registered back a
Oh.
while ago, but yeah,
They
interesting.
review your account and also they'll tell you to like just fill your bio or all that and then they'll get back to you. So I
Oh,
tried
okay.
that in the
Oh,
past.
so you tried multiple times when
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
It didn't work out, right? But something different. But I think during like the pandemic, right? Yeah, during like the
Yeah,
pandemic,
2020 was a
I
crazy year.
started like this skincare brand.
You started a skincare brand.
See, I,
That is something you don't
that's
find on the internet. I've done a lot. I couldn't find out on it. Wow, okay, go on.
yeah. I started like a skincare brand. I actually got like some traction because I guess my prediction was right. I always had like this feeling that like the skincare industry would boom in like
Hmm.
Nigeria.
I mean, it's currently
Yeah,
booming. So
it
fair.
is booming. Even me, like I know how many skin.
You know, very fair,
I
same.
know. So and yeah, like I'm experienced with like writing,
Mm-hmm.
pitch, all
So it's
that.
used for you to do like
Yeah,
marketing,
like yeah,
copy, those
yeah.
type of
I
things.
set up like a mini website. I wanted to do like build like a learning environment and kind of like
Okay.
skincare. You know, when you kind of like typical content marketing, you're publishing stuff that people maybe a lot of people do skincare, but they don't really know about. Oh, this is what costs.
Okay, so you want to do content marketing for that your own
Yeah,
skincare
yeah,
brand.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I did it. I set up the site. I put it on my WhatsApp. It got a couple of people kind of like signed up and all. I was still trying to figure out how to monetize it.
Ah, wow. So
And
Abioye they sell skincare. Interesting.
yeah, like I've bounced like I
I've
cannot
done
remember all the
stuff.
stuff I've done before. So yeah, this guy, quite like an experienced like person in like the freelance space.
Hmm.
He saw it and I'd known him for like a long time, like interestingly. So he saw it and he was like, he just said, I think the fact that I set up something like that
Yeah.
kind of like made him like take more interest in me,
You okay?
right? So he just gave me a couple of pointers here and there. From there, I landed on another person that was like, you know what? I know these guys that teach Upwork, like how to like get
Do
on
stuff on.
Upwork
Mm-hmm.
and all. And yeah, I connected with them. That was actually how like the whole me and E Upwork thing. Because
Okay, he
that
was one of those guys.
yeah, no. So what happened was when like I was introduced to like the other person, I needed to pay for like the course.
Okay, okay.
Right. So I was just like, I get alpha, like I want to try out this stuff. Like I don't have cash on me like right now. Give me the cash, don't worry, I'll pay you. Like
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
working, don't worry, I'll pay you. So he give me the money, I paid for the course. And that was how the journey was like Upwork like started. Yeah.
So you actually started Upwork with a course. I
Yeah.
don't meet many people who start on Upwork with a course.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest believer in courses myself. I always believe in learning to what that means. I don't know. I've just never liked the thought of a course. Even
Yeah.
strange that I'm currently doing a course now, but that's by the way.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So you joined Upwork, that's around 2020.
Yeah.
And how was your experience with your first job? Because when we had Nee on here, he said that it was $5 for 2 weeks of work.
Oh.
So please tell me your story was a bit different.
Oh, my story was very different actually. I
Okay.
think my first client paid me almost $1,000.
For
Yeah, that was what got me
interesting.
interested.
Madu. So
So
when
like yeah, so
how
paid
did
me
that
on
feel? Because like you're coming from 2017, 2018, they're paying you 1K for like an article, and you now got this new job that paid you $1,000 for like how many weeks of work was that?
it was about a week to 2 weeks of work.
A week to 2 weeks. So damn.
Yeah.
And that was this way. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, I'd done some like projects after like I'd kind of like come from the 1 Naira per word
Okay,
listing.
fair.
I'd
Don't
learned
level up.
like other stuff, copywriting, and yeah, I mean, like when I got like the offer and all, like I did the job. Like she so it was like this Australian entrepreneur, right? And
Okay.
she was setting up a website,
Okay.
and she needed someone to like create
Web
like
copy.
content for the pages and all that. So of course, like I cooked it, but it didn't stop there, right? I actually made like an actual like presentation
Oh,
for her. Like I didn't submit it like as a Google Docs. I submitted it as like a design like page so she could visualize
what you were going to do?
what the page would actually like look like.
Wow. Okay, I'm sure that's why you stood out in your proposal.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I did that for her. Like she loved it. She gave me like really good reviews. And yeah, so with that, like I think I was very keen on over delivering that time. And so yeah, it was kind of
I mean,
like
I just
building on.
started. The only option is to over deliver.
Yeah.
Fair.
So it kind of like built the good bill for me. My account was growing. I was making money. I was getting jobs from there, and yeah, kept the wheel rolling.
Okay. After 2020, how many more years did you do freelancing, and when did you switch to your current, starting an agency?
Did Upwork for I think 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, right? I think the first 2 years of those was solo. I was working like solo. Going into like the second year, like started like expanding a little bit more,
Okay.
working with like other people. That was when also CPM kind of like started,
Mm-hmm.
right? Did a couple of other things like here and there. And then in 2023, started like TechWriteable.
Okay. That was the ending of 2023?
Yeah, around August.
Oh, August 2023. Interesting. Why did you switch from? Because I don't know, man. When I look at it like in perspective, right? Your first major job on Upwork, that's 1K. You did for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you're like, I don't do this anymore. Let me switch and start my own agency. Why? Why?
I actually quit content and I came back. Yeah,
Oh, that's interesting. I quit content, but I came back.
yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's something that is kind of like very important to me. And I also think it's kind of like based on my personality as well. Like, I'm someone that likes like adventure, right?
Okay.
I like to, I like new challenges. Like,
Okay.
I learn very fast and I get bored very fast.
Okay.
So I kind of like an environment whereby I'm learning,
You're
and
challenged.
there are the good sides to it, though. There are also like the bad
So you
sides to
work
it.
under challenges. Nice. Okay.
So like yeah, I like having like milestones to like conquer,
Okay.
and with content. So like I think I got to that space with like what I was doing with like content. I'd done like several gigs, worked with like several companies, in-house, freelance, this, that, and yeah, I was kind of like I got to like a plateau, right? I felt like I was like at a plateau.
Okay.
And yeah. And the second, so that was point one. Point two was also like I didn't really like the state of like the freelance market,
Mm.
in the sense that I think there was this really good an example, like there was this really good project that I started working on one time, and it was moving fine, like, and 2 months into it they just packed up.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's 2023. A lot of companies were packing up
Packing,
content wise. Yeah, I think that year Google did a lot of like updates content wise and stuff
yeah.
like that. And a lot of sites were really hits. Yeah.
Yeah, so it felt like if any small cough like in the
They
company,
don't
like
sack you.
they, so yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, I just thought that like we've been doing this thing for like a while. I've worked with like several companies. I've worked with people that are like much older than me,
Mm-hmm.
and like I look at what we do. I look at what you do, and like we can do content like as good as like several of like these guys. Do you get, like we can do the marketing as good as like several of these guys? So it was kind of like, well, the reason like they are handling you like this, right, is because of how you come to them, right? Like how you
Like
present.
an individual, a freelancer, a
Yeah,
contractor, that type of thing.
yeah.
Okay.
Like if you want to ask for more,
You
right?
have to package yourself as
Yeah,
more.
yeah, you have to
Okay.
do more, right? And so those two things, yeah. So I think I explained all this to like my team then, like they were like the vision and the journey with TechWriteable started.
Okay. This is a question for people that want to get into the content space. I mean, we're still on your journey, but I just wanted to chip it in. And normally I'll phrase it as something like, what should people that want to, enter content marketing, what should they, what are skills you think they should learn and all of that. But I think we've had like enough of that.
Yeah.
Rather, I'll like switch it. When you are building your team and you're looking for, let's say, your content marketing lead or your content writing lead that, handles, client deliverables and stuff like that, what were the things that you say you looked out for? And why do you think those things are so important, particularly in the context of this space?
That would have been a question that would be very easy for me to like answer some
But
months back. But the way things are changing,
you're scared of what should you
what
actually look
should you
out for?
have,
Fair.
right?
Okay, let's just say at that time, Yeah, at that time when you were hiring, what are the things you looked out for? And to be fair, there are things that are on the general standpoint that are still applicable no matter what. SEO, GEO, AI over page,
Yeah.
what happens with all of those.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the technical like expertise part of it is like very important. Like, if I was to choose a lead, right? Beyond being able to like write really well, but like being grounded in like the industry, the terms, the systems, the processes, like the tools, like having like a sort of like at least fair understanding of like those is like very, very important.
Very important. Okay. And for your current lead, what would you say stood out for you when that made you say, okay, I need this guy on my team?
Oh, so it's someone that I've like worked with, by the way. His name is like sorry,
Sorry, yeah, sorry.
um so it's someone that I've worked with like for a while. We call him Prof.
Okay, Prof. Saeed, love it.
We call him Prof. Yeah, we worked together for like a while. Um and I've kind of like seen him like build himself,
Grow.
grow like over the years. And a lot of this like knowledge like started with like writing, right? That's built into like learning about SEO, like going deep into like SEO and all. Why even getting into like LLM SEO is the one that's kind of like leading
Leading it.
those and all.
That's a very, very fragile field because stuff changes like super
Yeah.
fast in the LLM space.
Yeah, so I guess it's just like I mentioned, there's a creative part of it, there's a science part of it, and being able to like go into like those details, learn like difficult technical stuff,
Okay.
something that is really important.
So it's something that like always like bugs me out. Like so, it's like your transition from doing freelance to
Okay.
being an agency owner, right? So as a quote unquote former freelancer per se, sha, I know that the day to day of a freelancer is pretty much you can have Mondays that you're not doing any work. Like I
Mm,
have Sundays that your world is turning upside down. Like, bro, I have so much work to do. And also I get that. But how has your day to day sort of change with respect to now being an agency owner, leading both the business development part of TechWriteable and also the marketing aspects of it? How has that changed? What does your day to day? What did your day to day look like before? How does it look like now? Which do you prefer and why?
hmm. Okay. So transition is like freelance, agency, and sort of like an hybrid company now because we have both a platform and the agency
Okay,
side, right? And yeah, it has gotten more complicated since then.
understandable.
Um, right? It was I think yeah before could be before like it was based on like the deliverables alone. So I have work to do. Like I can plan myself. Okay, I'll get this done, then I'll do the work
Mhm.
and all. When I was working with like a team and it was purely like agency, yeah, it's still mostly like deliverables. Okay, we have this time to like get this stuff done, assign it. Like I take some time to do like the reviews, and yeah, it has grown since then. So right now it's sort of like managing a more complex team.
Hmm.
They are full time. There's this stuff. There's marketing. There's product. There's this,
There's
and
one
yeah,
dev that is stressing you.
ah, I almost I used to say like last year, like I used to like have breakdowns like every month.
Ah, come on, you choke. Oh.
Yeah, well, since then, so I brought in like another like amazing team member, which is my operations manager,
Okay,
Pelumi Ajuma, and he has helped like put more structure
okay, to your
around
systems.
things. So a typical day for me, like today, is wake up. We're fully remote team. Like wake up 9 a.m. It's every 9 a.m. Like we have catch up calls, right?
It's like your stand up.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like I was yesterday, everybody kind of like says what they're working on. If you need to like do some other stuff, like we have calls like from time to time. If we need to like have a general meeting, we have calls from like time to time. But yeah, there's like much more organization and yeah, it's much more difficult, it's much more complex, but I'm also like working with like really good people that making it like work.
Okay. Now this one is interesting because this question is not for like newcomers, it's for people that like want to. I must say they want to steal your idea, Sha, but they want to also do like agency stuff. As far as you can disclose, how do you find good talent? How do you spot good talent?
No.
Essentially, because you always have good things to say about people you've worked with. So I'm like, you have been getting the good end of the stick when it comes to staff and stuff like that. So how do you always find, good picks, like good co-workers, that type of thing?
Uh, Yeah, I want to answer like two questions. The first one is where you said about like people stealing your idea. You are free to steal my idea, right? Like when you get into it, you realize that like the magic is not in the idea, it's
Is
actually in the
executing.
execution. Like
Okay, fair, fair.
so, feel free, like you're welcome. Um, but yeah, in kind of like spotting people, I have made a lot of like mistakes when it comes to like that as well.
Oh,
Like
let's hear about some of them, but let's answer this first.
very, very painful mistakes as well. But yeah, I would say like I mean, from the first time like I had to like now, I've learned like a couple of things. Um, Commitment is important, right?
Okay.
Um, I think in this part of the world,
Hmm.
let me see, I think
What happened in this part
I
of the world
mean,
now? Wonderful part of the world.
don't I don't want to go viral for you should not drag me on. Yeah, I think oh, we are very like communal and there's the part about like yeah people being committed, like people like wanting to work with you
Yeah.
and all that and all that. But I've learned that beyond that, like technical competence is actually also very super important because someone can really like be down for you, be ready to do what you want, right? But because they don't have like that expertise yet,
You're not that guy.
yeah.
Fair
And so
enough.
it's kind of like being it's very important to be able to like balance like yeah commitment like technical expertise. You have to be able to like align like your visions, like what the person wants and what you want. There has to be like a middle line
Yeah.
that helps
Where
you to
both of
like
you are mutual
achieve. Yeah,
beneficiaries. Okay.
that's how it can like work, right? And the rest of yeah culture, but those are also things that like you can build as you go on. And yeah, I think those
Okay.
three key things.
Run me through a few of like your hiring mistakes. No, I don't want to hear about the mistakes actually. I want to hear about the results of those mistakes. So, what are some of your craziest work-related experiences that came from not hiring properly?
Well, I think well, I have promoted like too fast
Okay.
before like the expertise like got there and the expectations like didn't match. Even though like this person was like good at something like before, but the next thing I got them like doing it was not really their stuff. So and yeah, that creates like an environment whereby someone that was like really good to you.
Feels like they are being set up for failure.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
So there's that. What else? I think I've had like the challenge of like the commitment versus like technical expertise
Okay.
and all. So yeah,
Those are
just
some of the major ones.
yeah.
A lot of people have like takes on like how Upwork is right now. There are people that are like, don't do
I'm
Upwork,
always
just
bashing Upwork.
okay, I think I know where you stand. But people are out there and they're like starting their journeys, and one of the first pieces of things they will see when they go online is Upwork,
Upwork.
Upwork, Upwork. Everybody's just Upwork, Upwork, Upwork. So, what do you have to say about that? About the current state of Upwork, and what alternatives would you suggest for them to sort of look into as opposed to always just Upwork? Yeah,
I mean, the advantage that Upwork offered was that it was a marketplace, right?
yeah,
Companies come on there to you come on there as a freelancer to find jobs, and
yeah.
Upwork was like the center,
The
like the
middleman.
market, like the middleman. Now the market is trying to stay alive as well, so they are raising like the fees
Yeah.
on everybody. So what do you do if you cannot work with like the market? You find a way to like go directly to the clients, go directly to the customers, and there are a number of ways to go. That's one of the favorites is kind of like LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is like the social media for like business people, right?
Yeah.
Practically every serious business like has a LinkedIn presence, and yeah, like execs also kind of like use it
Okay.
as well. So yeah, you can find the clients on like LinkedIn. There are also other job sites. For instance, like we have a job board on like
Shameless plug.
we have a job board on like TechWriteable, right?
Yeah.
That one has to do with like opening. So um companies kind of like post their whenever they're hiring, they also post openings on their site, they announce it on their LinkedIn, and it's all about like finding those companies that are also open
Yeah.
as well. So you can also work with like job boards.
Okay.
There's this job board, number one in Nigeria for content marketers. It starts with T.
See, I actually don't know. Daily
Tech, right?
SMH. Pitching on LinkedIn, right? So you said that you're a big fan of LinkedIn
Yeah.
and all. How do people get themselves known? Because I think that space can get really annoying because you can just see, oh, maybe one CEO post something and underneath someone's already pitching themselves. Oh,
Yeah.
hi, I can do that for you. Oh, hi, I
Tons of.
can. So, like, how do you go about it?
There are a lot of people on like LinkedIn trying to like find jobs, trying to like work with companies, and there's nothing we can do like about that, right? So it's kind of like finding ways to like stand out,
Stand out. Okay.
right? So the reason why I even said like I'm a big fan of like LinkedIn first off is because I think it allows you to sort of like go after the people that you are actually interested in like working with, right?
Okay. It
Uh,
removes that barrier of access.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can focus on like your areas of expertise. So maybe you're a content marketer in fintech, in insurance, in law. You can sort of like, okay, these are the people that are in my
Feel these are people I want to
space.
monitor. Well, not
Yeah,
monitor. Okay.
yeah. I always also say like it's kind of like always important to like have a brand that you're working with, like positioning yourself like as a proper professional. So of course this means like working on your LinkedIn page
Hmm.
to sort of like look good,
Hmm.
and also like creating material that speaks to the person that you're trying to like reach out to.
So in essence, you're trying to. It's like marketing, but yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It's like marketing by yourself. And it's really one of like the main like even selling points of the TechWriteable like portfolio, because you want to work with a legal brand, for instance, and you're just emailing the CEO that please like I can work with you, and do you know how many people are sort of like
Telling him, hi, I can
in
work
his
with you.
DM.
Fair.
But imagine like you use the TechWriteable.
If you're not careful, we'll remove it from
No,
this
no.
space.
So this is sort of okay. This is
Well, fair,
sort
I
of
guess you
yeah.
go.
Use like the TechWriteable like post builder, publish content on maybe there's a new law, publish like a report on it and all, and then you send it to the guy like or the woman, right, and say, oh yeah, I want to work with you, and you send them something they can relate with. Like I know I would like check it out, right? And we even have like a recent like example. I'm not sure if I posted something
Okay.
on my story. I don't know if it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So. The
Yeah,
person that got a job through the
like
yeah.
so what he did was like he wanted to like work with this particular company using the post builder. He published like the type of content that they
That
would like
resonates
to,
with them.
yeah, that
Okay.
they would like to see, and used it to like pitch to them.
Oh, hey, I've written X, Y, Z, X, Y,
Yeah,
Z. Oh, okay.
exactly. So yeah, as I was saying before, like you have to like build like come off as like a professional, not someone people don't hire because I beg work for me. I beg I want to work for you and all
It's not
that.
always like yeah.
Like they hire because
You
there's
can bring
some
value.
value,
Yeah,
right?
perfect.
And you have to position yourself like as like that person of
That
like
brings that actual value.
that value. And yeah, so it's kind of there are not so much that is in your control, but there are
True.
a few things such as like how you are branded, like the people that you are reaching out to. You want to make sure you are reaching out to people, and then there's the other ones sort of like stay consistent. Yeah, probably going to get like a lot of no's, but sometimes like it's one yes that you need. Like
To actually kick off.
yeah, it's just one yes.
I don't know why I don't like really talking a lot about SEO
Okay.
because it makes me annoyed sometimes because of
Uh,
how fast things change.
okay.
But like a year ago, we only had maybe SEO, right? So search engine optimizing for search.
Yeah.
Google holds like 80 or is it 90% or is it 7% of industry traffic? Somewhere around there. I don't remember the actual number. And everyone's optimizing for Google search.
Mm.
Now we have Google AI overviews, and they're just summarizing the data that's maybe from your page, and you're not even getting those clicks, right? So there's
Yeah.
that. Now we have GEO, right? Generative Engine Optimization, or LLMEO, Large Language Model Engine Optimization, essentially optimizing the content on your website or the content that you're putting out for search engines. So when someone goes to ChatGPT and say, "Oh,
Mm.
hey, who is Abioye?" and
Yeah.
it will bring up, is the XYZ TechWriteable, that type of thing. Where are we going?
Mm.
It's like it even feels things are changing so fast, and while we might not be able to get into the weeds of everything on this in this conversation,
Okay.
what would you say is an important thing for people to center themselves on and just keep in mind, like in all of these changes, what do you think can keep people, especially content marketers, calm?
Okay. I mean, I like to start with like the like is a need for like a lot of upskilling. And I'll take it to my conversation earlier when we were discussing content marketing,
Yeah.
that most people sort of like swing towards like the creative side of things, and
Hmm.
say we're focusing on like the written part, because like making videos, making audio podcasts, they're also like some form of content marketing,
Yeah.
right?
And they even
So
plug into the written
yeah,
ecosystem as well.
yeah. So let's say we're focusing on like the writing ecosystem.
Yeah.
For instance, like what I would say is like over the years, right, content marketing has largely like been defined by writing for SEO writing,
Yeah.
right? Which is what companies do is like they create like content silos, mostly informational topics, right? Because what like the buying journey was sort of like, oh, when you want to
What
buy
is
something,
X concept?
yeah,
What is this?
yeah. So we had like that whole experience, and like it was so SEO writing was so prevalent. Even me, I'd say for me, SEO writing was so prevalent that it became to it became defined as like content marketing is
It was
SEO,
almost
right?
around SEO. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
SEO. But the reality is like content marketing is actually like a broad field. It's like the umbrella, right?
So many things under
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I am currently learning like ABM marketing. I think that's account-based marketing.
Marketing.
Yeah, where you kind of like reach out to businesses, like use
That's more of a
content.
B2B thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like a B2B thing. And interestingly, like all this is sort of like
Still content marketing.
content marketing, right?
Yeah.
So I'd say first
Upskill?
off, upskill, like it's a broad space, right? The biggest chunk of it is, which is SEO writing, is like declining to an extent, right? But there are still like other parts of it. And then going into like SEO, and there's been like a lot of like changes,
Mm-hmm.
right? I saw something different with like, so I read a report not too long ago,
Mm-hmm.
um, from trying to remember this guy's name. But yeah, it was sort of like Google launched like AI overviews,
Yeah.
right? They've not rolled it out to like everywhere. I think it's only in like the US for now. And it did like a whole breakdown of like how like the old AI overviews kind of like work. And what it does now, it's even, I mean, you no AI mode, not AI
Okay,
overviews.
okay, okay, okay,
So
okay.
AI overviews is kind of, it's
The
everywhere.
snippet that's on
Yeah,
top.
yeah,
Yeah. So before it was featured snippet, now it's
yeah.
AI overview.
Overviews.
Yeah.
Next level is like
AI
AI
mode.
mode.
Yeah, that you can have like
Yeah.
those
And
chat-based conversations.
yeah. So it kind of like how AI mode works is like now when you go to like Google or like a search, the process doesn't even start from like your search. So first off, like Google takes your information like across like your search
So
history,
your history across,
Gmail.
but be sure the context
Yeah.
of okay.
So that is what it starts
That's
with,
wild.
right? So now you ask your question, right? And so you did like a breakdown. So now you ask your question, right? And there's an initial response, right? But it doesn't even give you that initial response. So it then goes out to like maybe what is football, for instance. There's first like an answer,
So you now
right?
thinks through and
Yeah,
it goes.
then from that answer, then it searches like other pages like on the internet, putting in context like your
Oh,
experience.
okay.
So I can search what is football, you can search what is
But we
football.
will not see the
We will
exact
not
same
see the
results. So it's
same,
more of like a personalized
yeah,
experience.
personalized experience. But one thing that was also there is kind of like there's also some level of like fact checking. So like maybe when it makes like recommendations, like those documents that I mean AI scripts like the internet, and
Yeah.
then it gives you like the answers, but also has like the links
So
to,
you can verify
so
any
you
of
can sort
these.
of like
Yeah.
verify this, right? So yeah, I think content answers and all that is going to like be more um location like specific,
More personalized.
more personalized. So there's still always going to be like space for like content marketing, like putting out content standard. Because it's people that have like information out
Yeah.
there that will sort of like pop up.
So you think that so what I'm getting from you is that you think that people should switch from the more generic, let's say top of funnel type of
Yeah,
stuff to more targeted at a
yeah,
specific location, ICP persona, that type of thing,
yeah.
in order to rank for those longer tail keywords.
Yeah, exactly. The
Okay.
informational content are not like AI is going to answer that with no links to everybody, but like the more specific stuff
Yeah,
and
more
all,
nuanced stuff
yeah,
that people
more,
really want to find out. That's what
yeah,
you should be answering
that's
most of the
what you
time.
should, yeah.
Okay, okay. That's a good answer. um, to like wrap us up before we do one thing, I would say is if you had one thing to say to like somebody that was trying to get into content right now in this wonderful age of content, we love it here. What would that be? Or rather, if you could say something to your younger self along your journey that you think would have helped you greatly, what would that have been?
First off, like, right, both newbies and experienced, everybody's confused,
Yeah,
like right
no one
now.
knows it all. Yeah,
Like everybody's like state of the market, everybody's not sure what to do,
yeah.
right? That's what I'll say, right? Um, learn and upskill, and this goes like beyond like knowing how to write
Okay.
alone. It's called content marketing, right? And there's the marketing side of things to it, right? So learn that part as well, like upskill, try your hands like across like a few things and join like the right community. There are many questions to sort of like answer, right? Between getting started and landing a good job, like being successful, right? But if you are equipped like with the right skills, if you're in the right community where you can pick up like the right knowledge on what to do, and yeah, like you are intentional like about what you do, then you are like positioned for success. That's what I would
Okay.
say.
I want to talk finances a bit because marketing is a field that is not very documented. It's
Okay.
one of the reasons that we're doing all of this, right? We want actual answers to questions people have. And someone is coming like into content marketing and they're wondering how much could I earn in a month? So you can just give like estimation ranges for now. You can leave it in Naira or any currency you prefer. But
Mm.
like for someone that's just starting, what can they be thinking that okay, I can earn X amount every month if entry level. Then we can talk maybe more mid level, then you can talk maybe like the higher end of things. So you can give ranges for each of these particular skill sets.
You're good, like you're a decent like content marketer. You're looking at kind of doing over 100 per month.
That doesn't sound very decent
That's
to some
starting
people.
level.
Okay. Okay, entry level.
Yeah,
Okay, fresh off like 1 year or less experience type of thing.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
great. Okay, go
like
on.
yeah. Um,
Maybe then at that, maybe at like 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years, and you actually know, like stuff, right? You can do like 300 to like range of 500, and I'm not so fam like that's what I was trying to like ask,
Okay, international. Okay.
like yeah, but yeah, if you go international, it's also driven by our currency,
Okay.
anyways. Yeah, you can doing decent like over $1,000 like per month.
That's at which range?
Entry level, yes, you can be doing like over that. Freelance means like you're juggling like a number of like
Okay,
projects
so
together.
sometimes you making like $1,000 in a
Yeah,
month. Then as they
$1,000.
scale up, how does that sort of compound?
Okay, so if you're starting at like 1K, and of course, like as you sort of like get more, so you move beyond like like now you move beyond like writing, you get into like the deeper stuff like
Strategy.
strategy tools and all. I think you can looking at like a mid level, um, 3 to like 5, and maybe like more advanced, maybe like you're managing an entire team or you're a content
Yeah,
manager and all, like
skills from there.
7K above. Yeah,
That's interesting. Right, so there's money in content.
yeah, there's money.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I've heard it. Um, Another I'd like to ask is just a really, really random question. What's your average spend on content marketing tools monthly?
I think most of this stuff are like annual. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, pay for Grammarly, pay for copy tools. I'll include ChatGPT because I use ChatGPT for like a lot of content, like SEO tools that are like around almost $150 per month. And yeah, so I'd say between like 100 to 200 USD
um,
per month.
Well, okay. On tools. Interesting. 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 Before we wrap up, just a quick game. A quick game. No, it's nothing too deep. Nothing too deep. So we'll just play a quick game of concentration. I'll pick a random card that is not really random because I want to set you up to fail. So yeah, if you win, maybe we give you something. If you lose, maybe I'll carry your shoe. All right. So I pick a random card and a word will be there, and
Okay.
you have to call an item that belongs to the category of that word. For example, if I pull out a category that says maybe things you can find in the bathroom, so I could go toothbrush, could go towel, like that, until
Okay.
someone feels good.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll try my best.
Interesting. African
Are you
countries.
supposed to?
I'm surprised. No, okay. This is African countries, so I'll start first, and it must be fast.
Please lose.
Nigeria,
I don't like to lose. Ghana,
Kenya,
Togo,
Uganda,
Botswana.
Libya. Hey, chop rice, chop rice, chop. That was a fast
That
loss.
was the first
Do
one.
you want to go again? Anyway, okay,
You're
one more. You
going
can
to
redeem
win. You're
yourself.
always going to win.
How will I always win? I barely play this game. And we're both
Can
content
I
people.
read
Share.
it?
Can you read? Okay, you also read it. Okay, so
Yeah,
you also,
I have
yeah,
the
no,
instance.
now. All right. Yeah, isn't that to think of like five? Oh yeah,
Soups,
soups.
egusi,
Okra,
panla soup,
panas, oha.
fish soup,
Which one is fish soup? Oh yeah, now.
ah,
White soup,
turkey soup,
chicken soup. Oh yeah, now.
fried soup,
Pepper soup,
goat meat soup,
normal meat soup.
chicken leg soup,
Okra,
egusi,
ogbono.
panla stew.
You have said that already. I win. All right.
Yeah,
Last thing I was thank you so much for vibing with us on
yeah.
Content Connect today. We prepared a small package for you.
Ooh, I like packages.
You like package? You don't go like am, okay? So we prepared this for you. You have some stuff inside. You
There
can.
is inside.
It's more than ideas that are inside that. But yeah,
Oh,
we have a couple things there for
I
you.
like
Just
gifts.
thank you for supporting the brand, coming on the show, and all of that. If any member of our audience wants to reach out to you, maybe they are an experienced content marketer, and if you people are hiring or something, how can they get in touch with you?
Okay, join TechWriteable.
I love it.
Join TechWriteable.com, right? On your dashboard, you are going to see on the bottom left side of your dashboard, you're going to see a button that says community. Click on it, you can join the community, and I'm on there. Other members of the team are on there. You can drop your questions. If you have job openings, we post them on the job board, which is also available like when you join.
And the last question I have really is something we've asked everybody. We'll ask you again: is you look straight into that camera and you tell them the answer to this question, which is why do you create? Why is it that you do what you do? You come out of bed in the morning and say, hey, I have to get this done. Why do you create?
Content for me is like a way to communicate like what I do. For businesses that we do it for as well, to get out like what they do better. I think with TechWriteable, like the vision statement is like we use content to simplify technology,
Hmm.
right? So there's that's amazing like part of like content, right? And yeah, I'm not going to leave out like for the money part as well.
I was just going to ask that one, because
So
all right, that is actually perfect.
I'm not going to give shout out
Shout out to
to
wow.
Content Connect.
Don't worry, we'll do that one soon. So yeah, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for this. It's actually a really wonderful conversation for me. I don't know. I like talking to people that are like maybe like closer to my field. I talk to people from everywhere, anyways. But like it felt there's a lot of resonance because like similar field, similar stuff doing, and it's just really good to see. So yeah, thank you for
Yeah,
coming on
and
the show. If you loved our conversation with Abioye, please subscribe, comment, share with somebody, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their mommies, daughters to subscribe and like too. It helps us out a lot. If you prefer to listen to audio only while you go around your work day, we're on Spotify podcast and Apple podcast as well, so you can catch us there. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.